Hello everyone, welcome to the another lecture of periodic table class 9. Myself Suman Singh. So in the last class we have discussed about the Newland law of octave and the reasons for the failure of Newland law of octave, right? So now in today's class we will discuss about the Mendeleev periodic table. So Mendeleev was a scientist, Russian chemist. He at that time when Mendeleev was giving his periodic table, at that time only 63 elements were known. Okay, and how did he arrange the element? He arranged the element in order of their increasing atomic masses. Okay, so about atomic masses we have discussed in the previous class or in the previous chapter also, right? So Mendeleev arranged the elements in order of their increasing atomic masses. Okay, so when he was arranging the elements in order of their increasing atomic masses, he saw that the elements with the similar properties should be arranged in a same vertical column or a group. Okay, so we will see this. So in 1869, Dmitry Ivanovich Mendeleev, a Russian chemist, arranged all the 63 elements known at that time in increasing order of their atomic masses. Okay. Now, what did he do at that time? Elements with the similar properties were put one after the other in a same vertical column or which is called group, okay, with a blank space where the expected periodicity of the properties were disrupted. Okay, he left some gap in the while filling the group. Why he left the group? Why he left some gap? Because there was a because because the expected periodicity of the property was disrupted. Okay, where for example where the properties of an element did not tally with the properties of the element placed above it, right? Means what? If you are suppose he was feeling like this, he hydrogen, after that lithium, after that sodium, after that potassium, like this he was feeling, right? Suppose after that he has placed by mistakenly calcium. So calcium, since calcium was not matching with the property of this, so what did he do? He leave some gap, right? So we will see this. Okay, so he observed what he observed that element with the similar properties occur at a regular interval. Okay, and this is also called a periodicity or a periodicity of the property of element. Okay, now based on this observation, he propounded a law that is called Mendeleev periodic law. Okay, so what is Mendeleev periodic law? So Mendeleev periodic law is a simple. He told that the physical and the chemical properties, okay, whatever the physical properties there or either the chemical property of the element are the periodic function of their atomic masses. Okay, means what? The whatever the physical and the chemical properties of elements are, they are in a periodic function, okay, of their atomic masses. Okay, now, next what he says. So, what is a periodic table? Well, sometimes it has been asked that what is periodic table. So we can answer like this: periodic table is just a systematic arrangement of the elements in where the elements with the similar properties are placed in a same vertical column or a group. Okay. Now, in your book, it is written here, as you can see, periodic table is a chart of element prepared in such a way that elements with the similar properties occur in a same vertical column or group. Okay, now this is called what? It is called periodicity, periodic. Because why it is called periodic? Because elements with the similar properties occur at a fixed interval or time, at a fixed interval. Okay, and is called a periodic table because the elements are arranged in a tabular form. Okay, you will see here, this is a periodic table. As you can see, the elements are arranged in a vertical column or group. This is called group. Okay, and this is called period. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, this is called period, and this is called group. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So at the time of Mendeleev, in Mendeleev periodic table, there is 8 group. As you can see, 1 group, 2 group, 3 group, 4 group, 5 group, 6 group, 7 and group 8. Okay, and how many period is there? As you can see, 6 period. Okay, first period is this, first period, second period, third period, fourth period. Fourth period is divided into first and fourth period, as you can see, it will be divided into two parts, 1 and 2. Fifth period also divided into two parts, and sixth period is also divided into two parts, right? So now again we will come here. So we will see what is the essential features of this Mendeleev periodic table. So the you can I will okay you get you from here. Okay, so you see Mendeleev periodic table contains a vertical column called group. Vertical column, this is called group. Okay, these are called group. Vertical column, this is called what? Group, right? Now, and the horizontal rows is called period. This is the horizontal rows, these are called what? Period. Okay, these are called what? Period, right? Now the first was, what was the essential feature? First essential features was there are 8 groups. Okay, that is group 1 to group 8. As you can see, there are 8 group, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. There was 8 group, okay, named as 1 to 8, as you can see, right? And each of this group from 1 to 8, 1 to 7, each of this group from here to here has been divided into two subgroup, which is A and B. As you can see, this is group 1, right? This is group 1, and this group 1 is divided into two subgroup, that is 1A and B. This is group 2, it is divided into two subgroup, that is A and B. Okay, after that group 3, it is divided into two subgroup, A and B. Fourth group, A and B. Fifth, A and B. Sixth, A and B. Seventh, A and B, right? Up to 7, not 8. Okay, now next, group 8 has no subgroup. Okay, as you can see, in group 8 no subgroup is there, right? And that is inert gases were not known at that time. And in this group 8, you can see nowadays the group 18 is called inert gases, right? Inert gases, group of inert gases. But at that time, when Mendeleev was doing its Mendeleev was arranging these elements in its periodic table, at that time inert gas were not known. So in group 8, he has placed some other elements like iron, cobalt, nickel and all, right? Now next one, next is as what he in the what was the features. Next features was all the element of the subgroup, that is group 8 or a group 8 which has no subgroup, have a similar properties. Okay, and so a same valency which is equal to the group number up to 4. Okay, try to understand this. All the elements, okay, of this subgroup, all the elements of this subgroup, suppose this and this. Okay, all the elements of this subgroup, A and B, A and B, A and B, like this. Okay, all the elements of this subgroup are a group 8. Suppose this if it is talking about this group 8. Okay, group 8 have a similar properties. They all have a similar property like this. They have a similar property, they have a similar property, they have a similar properties. Okay, they have a similar properties and they show same valencies. Means what? They will show a same valency. Means the valency of lithium will be same as valency of sodium, will be same as potassium, rubidium, cesium, like this. After that, copper, gold, aluminium, like this, they will have a same properties. Okay, now next is have a similar property and so a same valency, and the valency is equal to the group number. Their valency is equal to group number. Means what he wants to say, that if this is a group 1, if this is a group 1, then whatever the elements which is present here, all of them will have a valency of 1, right? But this was up to group 4 only. Up to group 4, suppose whatever he told, what he was trying to say, that if this is a group 1, right, this is group 2, this is 3 and this is 4, up to 4, whatever the group number is there, this group number is their valencies. Okay, or whatever, or after that what he says, that or the group number subtracted from 8. Okay, after group 8, after this it is 5 6 7 and 8. Okay, so for group 5 the valency will be 8 minus 5, which will be 3. Okay, now for group 6 the valency will be 8 minus 6, which is 2. Okay, now for group 7 the valency will be 8 minus 7, which is 1, and for group 8 the valency will be 8 minus 8, which is 0, like this. Right, now next, what was his features? In the period it is talking about the period. This is the period, right? This is called a period. This is called period. Okay, so in the period, elements gradually change from metallic to non-metallic character, or metallic character decreases as one move from left to right across the horizontal rows. So what he told that as we move down the group, along the group from left to right, this is left, this is right, right? So when we are moving from left to right, suppose from lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, after that sodium, magnesium, aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, like this, when we are moving, at that time there is a change from metallic to non-metallic, means the elements were changing from metallic to non-metallic. You can see this is metallic, this is metallic, this is metallic, this is metalloid, after that non-metal, 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 like this, right? It was changing. Okay, or we can say metallic character decreases as one move from left to right across the horizontal rows. Means what? The, as you can see, the metallic character decreases, right? First of all, sodium, it is a metal, this is also metal, this is a metal, this is not a metal, these are metalloids. We will understand, we will learn about this metalloid. After that, this is non-metal, this is also non-metal, and this is also non-metal, right? So as you can see, metallic character decreasing, right, from moving from left to right across the period, right, or across the horizontal rows. So this was some of the basic features of a Mendeleev periodic table. Okay, now Mendeleev periodic table was published in a journal in 1872, and he used letter R to represent the element of that periodic table. Okay, of a particular group, and hydrides of any element of group 4 is written as RH4, and for example hydrides of carbon is written as for example hydrides of carbon is CH4. Oxides of any element of the same group is RO2 or CO2. What does it means? It means that Mendeleev use a letter R. As you can see here, R they are written, right? As you can see, R, it is writing R, right? R2O3, RO2, R2O5, RO3, R2O7, like this he is used. RO4, like this he is used. So R here represent the element of a particular group. Okay, and the hydrides. Suppose when we are talking about the group 4, suppose we are talking about the group 4. Group 4 is what? This one. So when we're talking about the group 4, so this is called hydrides, right? RH4 means what? This R represent what? Element of that group, right? So what are the elements present in this group? It is carbon, silicon, germanium, scandium, titanium, zirconium, like this, hafnium, like this is there, right? So here R represent the elements of that group. Here R, this R is representing the element of this group, right? Element of this group, elements of this group, right? And this H4 is a hydride. So for the element of group 4, if we are taking hydrides, if the hydrides is HYDRIDE, if the hydride is RH4, RH4, then what we can write for this group 4 hydrates is this carbon, right? So in place of R we can write like this, CH4, after that SiH4. Okay, after that what we can write, GeH4, like this we can write, like. So he told that what he does, he used a letter, as you can see it is written here. He used the letter R to represent the element of a particular group. Okay, and hydrides of any element of group 4 is written as RH4. For example, you can see hydrides of carbon CH4. Oxides of any element of same group is written as RO2, which is called CO2. As you can see, oxides is written as RO2, right? Oxide is written as RO2. So in place of R we can place any element. Suppose we are placing carbon, so it will be CO2, right? So in this way he classified the element. Okay, now next we will see the merits of Mendeleev periodic table. So what is the merits? Means advantages of Mendeleev periodic table. So first of all, what was the advantage? First is grouping the element. So what he does, he generalized the study of the element, study of element, then known to study of mere 8 elements, 8 group. Okay, what he did, he generalized the study of elements. Okay, means what? He has placed all the elements in a group of 8, right? 8 groups, and so with that 8 group it become easy to learn the elements. Okay, now next he left some he gap for undiscovered element. What did he do? He was leaving some gap in its periodic table. Means what? When he was placing the element, okay, according to their atomic mass and similar chemical and physical property, so the place where the suppose the place where the properties are not matching at that time, what he did, he left the gap. Okay, so after that, when he left the gap, after that what happened, when some after some few years, the same element, the property which Mendeleev has predicted, the same type of element we have discovered. Okay, so we will see what does he wants to say. So gap for undiscovered element, okay, means what? In order to make sure that the element having a similar property fell in the same vertical column or group, Mendeleev left some gap in his periodic table. What did he do? In order to make sure that the elements which will come here in this place will should have a similar property. Okay, so what did he do? He left some gap, and he told that there must be some element which we will discover in future whose property will be similar to that the position which I have directed. Okay, so what did he do? These gaps were left from subsequent, including the element not known at that time. Okay, so Mendeleev correctly thought that such element would be discovered later on. Okay, means what? I hope you are understanding this. Suppose we are placing like this, here hydrogen, lithium, sodium. Suppose at that time I suppose here should be potassium, after that rubidium, after that cesium. Okay, so at that time suppose potassium was not discovered, so he left the gap and he predicted a property that in future there must be some element we will discover whose property will be like this, and that is why I am leaving here gap. So when after some year we have got an element whose property was same as this, but it is not potassium. We will discuss about this, which element he has discovered. Okay, for which element he left the gap. So I hope you have understood this. Right, now next is prediction of the property of undiscovered element. What I have told you, he has left the gap, as well as he predicted the property that in future we will discover an element whose property will be like this. Okay, so as you can see, predicted prediction of property of the undiscovered elements. What did he do? He predicted the properties of the then unknown element on the basis of their properties of lying adjacent to the vacant slot. Okay, so he actually predicted the properties of some undiscovered element in 1871. For example, what was his prediction? He predicted that, for example, Aka aluminium, okay, means one place below the aluminium in a group. When you will see the modern periodic table, you see, let me show you. I will show you here. Okay, here you see Aka aluminium means a place below the aluminium in a group. Where is aluminium? You see here, aluminium is here in third period, right? As you can see here, as you can see, aluminium is here, right? This is a modern periodic table. This one is modern periodic table. So this is what? Aluminium. So he left this gap. Okay, he left this gap and he told that he left this gap and he has given the name Aka aluminium, means one place below the aluminium in a group, and he predicted its atomic mass. He predicted the atomic mass, okay, of this element. He left here gap. Okay, what did he do? He left here a gap just below the aluminium. It is an aluminium, right? So below the aluminium he left this gap. Okay, he left this gap. Okay, and what did he do? He predicted its atomic mass and chemical property, and are quite after he at that time he has predicted the at he has predicted the atomic mass. He has predicted the atomic mass. Okay, atomic mass, and he has predicted the atomic number, properties. Okay, so what did he found? Later on in 1876 we discovered an element same whose name was gallium. Okay, and his property was same as that given by the Mendeleev. Okay, I hope you have understood this. Right, now next is properties of Eka silicon are the properties of germanium. After that, you see germanium. When we talk about the germanium, what did he do? He left the gap in place of here. Also, again he left the gap and he predicted the atomic mass. Okay, atomic mass and chemical properties and physical properties. Okay, later on we found that below silicon we have got he has given the name Eka silicon. Later on we have found that it is a germanium. Okay, so I hope you have understood this. What was the merit of Mendeleev periodic table, right? So as you can see, it is written here, everything, right? Now, incorrect atomic mass was corrected in his when he was placing the element. At that time, there was some incorrect atomic mass at that time. So what he did, he has corrected the mass of some elements. So as you can see, he was able to correct the value of the atomic mass of the element like gold, platinum, by placing this element strictly on the basis of the similarities in their property. Okay, what did he do? He has corrected the mass of gold and platinum by placing strictly on the basis of the similarities in their property. When he placed the element on the basis of their similarities in the property, he has found the correct mass of gold and platinum. Okay, so I hope you have understood this. What is Mendeleev periodic table? Okay, now since this nowadays we are using a modern periodic table, right? Nowadays what we are using modern periodic table. So there must be some defect in Mendeleev periodic table. That is why we are using modern periodic table, right? So we will discuss about what was the defect, or we will say that what are the limitations of this Mendeleev periodic table. That argon, he has given argon with the atomic mass 39.9 proceeds potassium with atomic mass 39.1. What did he do? He has given the mass of argon, atomic mass argon with atomic mass 39.9 proceeds potassium with atomic mass 39.1. Okay, because at that time we were not the novel gases were not discovered, right? And argon is a novel gas. So now number 2 is cobalt with an atomic mass 58.9 proceeds nickel with atomic mass 58.6. So when he was placing this cobalt and nickel, so at that time he has placed similarly, okay, similar in same group. He has placed cobalt and nickel in the same group. As you can see here, he has placed the cobalt and nickel in same position, as you can see, right? As you can see here, cobalt and nickel has been placed in the same group, but cobalt precede nickel, right? Here you can see cobalt is 58.93 and nickel is 58.71, right? And here you can see 58 point, what was it, was 58.93 and nickel was 58.61. so it was like this. Okay, now next is thallium. The same thing happened to thallium. Thallium was atomic mass was 127.6. It was precedes iodine with atomic mass 26.9, right? So this was some of the drawback. Now next was position of isotopes. He has not told anything about the position of isotopes, and we know that what is isotopes. Isotopes are the atomic with the same elements with the same atomic number but different mass number, right? So he has not assigned a proper position of isotopes, or he has not taught anything about the isotopes. Okay, so as you can see, position of isotopes of an element are the atom of that element having similar chemical property but different atomic mass. Okay, their chemical properties are similar, means their chemical properties are similar, means atomic number are similar, but their atomic masses are different. Okay, so according to the Mendeleev periodic law, isotopes of element must be given a separate place in the periodic table, since they have a different atomic masses, but they were not assigned a separate place. What does it means? It means that in Mendeleev periodic table, Mendeleev told that these isotopes, about the isotopes, what did he says? He said that since these isotopes have a different atomic mass, so it should be given a separate place in the periodic table. It should not mixed with the main periodic table. Okay, which was given by Mendeleev. So here also it failed. Okay, now next is grouping of chemically dissimilar elements. Suppose, for example, the elements which were not similar, he has chemically similar, he has placed in the same place. For example, the element with copper silver no bear no resemblance to alkali metal like lithium and sodium, but they have been placed together in the first group. As you can see, I will show you here. You see here, along with the lithium, here hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, they have placed copper and silver and gold also, right? As you can see here, in place of copper and silver, he has also placed in place of lithium and sodium, he has placed this copper and silver also. So this but they have because this copper and silver and gold, whatever it is here, it their properties are entirely different from that of lithium and sodium and potassium, right? But they are placed in the same position. So that is why we are telling that grouping of chemically dissimilar element. Now next is separation of chemically similar element. Means what? Some of the elements which were similar in their property, but they were placed in a different place, as in the case of gold and platinum. Okay, gold and platinum has been placed, since they have a same similar property, but they have been placed far apart from one another, as you can see, right? Now next demerit is electron arrangement. It does not explain the electron arrangement of the element. Means what? The electronic configuration, it was not, he does not tell anything about the electronic configuration. Electronic configuration we know, right? In the previous class we have discussed about this. Now the last was position of hydrogen. Nowadays also in modern periodic table also you will not see the position of hydrogen. Till now the position of hydrogen is not yet assigned, because it resembles the properties of group 1, which is alkali metal, as well as the halogen of group 17 elements. Okay, in modern periodic table. So in Mendeleev periodic table also the position of hydrogen was not fixed. Okay, it was considered as in group 1a as well as in group 7a according to Mendeleev periodic table, because it forms both positive ion, it forms positive ion with HCl, and it forms negative ion with NaH or NaF or NaCl. Okay, so that is why the position of hydrogen was not assigned in the modern periodic table. So I hope you have understood what is Mendeleev periodic table, right? So now we will discuss about atomic number on the basis of modern periodic table. So what is according to modern periodic table, the magnitude of the positive charge present in the nucleus of an atom, the magnitude of this positive charge which is present in the atom was discovered by Henry Moseley. He was an English physicist. Okay, we will see from what is written here. So whatever the atomic number concept we are seeing today, history of this is that the magnitude of this positive charge which is present in the nucleus of an atom, it was determined by Henry Moseley. He was an English physicist. So what did he do? In 1913, Moseley used anode of different metals in a discharge tube and subjected them to attack by the cathode ray. Okay, and he found that when a cathode ray strike the anode of different metal, the wavelength of rays produced change. The When the cathode ray strike the anode of different metals, the wavelength of the ray produce change. Okay, and the wavelength of these rays was found to decrease in a regular manner on changing the metal from anode of changing the metal of the anode in order of their position in a periodic table. So what did he do? I will explain you in simple way. We have learned about the cathode ray experiment, right? J.J. Thomson cathode ray experiment in the in atomic structure. I have discussed about this, right? So in the same process, that concept was firstly used by the Mosley. Mosley, what did he do? He has just taken an anode, okay, and cathode, and just like the J.J. Thomson experiment, he has used a tube, discharge tube, and then in a discharge tube he used anode and a cathode, okay. So what he do? He found that when the cathode ray was striking the anode of different metal, the wavelength of the rays were producing, okay. When the cathode ray was striking the anode, let me draw here. Suppose this is an anode and this is a cathode. So the cathode, suppose this is an anode and this is a cathode. So cathode ray was striking this metal, okay. So at that time, what he do is what he has observed that the wavelength of the ray produced was different, okay. As he was changing the metal of the anode in order of their position in the periodic table, the wavelength were also changing, okay. As the anode he was changing, suppose in the first time he was used sodium, and after that lithium, and after that he used sodium, after that suppose he used potassium, after that he suppose used rubidium, the wavelength was changing, okay. So by this he concluded that the number of positive charge present in the nucleus of the atom is the most fundamental properties of the atom, okay. So by this experiment he concluded that the number of positive charge present in the nucleus of an atom is a more fundamental properties of the element. So after this discovery, the new concept, or we can say that the new thing came in the modern periodic table, which was that the number of what was the concept? The concept was the number of unit positive charge present in the nucleus of an atom of a particular element is called the atomic number of that element. So the first concept of this atomic number was came into being, and it was told that what the number of positive charge, whatever the number of positive charge is present in the nucleus will be the atomic number of that element, and that will be the more fundamental properties of the atom, okay. So now next we will see some of the positive charge present in the nucleus is due to the proton. Why the positive charge is there? Positive charge is due to proton, negative charge will be due to electron, and nucleus has no charge, as we have discussed in atomic structure also, right? So some of the positive charge present in the nucleus is what? Due to the proton, okay, and the number of proton is equal to the atomic number of that element. And after that, it was concluded that whatever the positive charge present in the nucleus is due to proton, okay, and that proton is how much number of proton will be there in the nucleus, that will decide the atomic number of that element. So it has been discovered that the number of proton present in the nucleus is equal to the atomic number of that element. So I hope you have understood how this atomic number concept has came into being, right? Now, thus what he thought, Henry Moseley, what he found that atomic number is a better fundamental properties of the element compared to atomic mass, and this led the modern periodic table, okay. This concept was led the modern periodic table, and modern periodic table is fully based on atomic number. Modern periodic table does not told anything about the atomic mass. It is purely based on atomic number, concept of atomic number. So now new periodic table has came into being, and that was according to the physical and the chemical properties of the element are the periodic function of their atomic number, not mass. According to the Mendeleev periodic table, it was mass, but now we have found that it is the atomic number which is the more fundamental properties of the element. So I hope you have understood this, right? So now next what we can say, if the element are arranged in order of their increasing atomic number, those with the similar properties are repeated after a regular interval, that is called periodicity, in a periodic table occur based on the atomic number, which is number of protons. So nowadays whatever the periodic table whatever we are seeing, that is based on the atomic number, not on the concept of atomic mass, right? Because we can say hydrogen has atomic mass 1, lithium has 3, helium has 2, lithium has 3, like this we used to go, right? Now next is Mendeleev periodic table was anomalous in some of the anomalies which is of Mendeleev periodic table, which is position of isotopes, as we have already discussed. He does not told anything about the position of isotopes and position of argon and potassium. It has been explained clearly here, as we will see, okay. So first of all, we will see the position of isotopes. So when we talk about the position of isotopes, since all isotopes of an element have a same number of proton, right? So the same number of proton means their atomic number is the same, so their atomic number is also same as we have told. So and since all isotopes of an element have a same atomic number, they can be put in a same position on the periodic table, no problem for that now, right? Because atomic number, the modern periodic table is based on the atomic number. It does not told anything about the atomic mass, but the concept of this isotopes is based on the atomic mass, because isotopes are those element with the same atomic number, different mass number. But here modern periodic table is fully based on atomic number, so we can easily place these isotopes in the same place in the periodic table, right? Now next is position of potassium and argon and potassium. Argon, we have found that in argon the number of proton is 18, and in potassium we have found that number of proton is 19. So as you can see, atomic number of argon is 18 and its mass number is 40, we found out. And while the atomic number of potassium, we found out that 19 and its mass number is 39. But in the Mendeleev periodic table we have seen, right, it was proceeding, right? So now according to modern periodic table, modern periodic law, elements are arranged in increasing order of their atomic number. So what we can say, first argon will come, after that potassium will come, right? So what we can say, so argon will have its lower number should come first, and the potassium with the higher number should come later. So I hope you have understood what is Mendeleev periodic table and what is the basic concept of modern periodic table, demerits of Mendeleev periodic table, right? So keep up to this. In the next class we will discuss about the periodic table, periodicity in modern periodic table. Okay, so modern periodic table concept we have seen, right? It is based on the atomic number, right, not on the atomic mass. But the Mendeleev periodic table is based on the concept of atomic mass, right? So I hope you have understood this, right? So keep up to this. Till that, thank you.